Kiwi.
What's going on, everybody?
Hey, y'all.
We are back.
Woo!
It's Drinks and Conversation.
The podcast.
Yes, and I'm Intro Picks, and I'm always in the building.
And I'm Oxytocin, and it's always going down.
Yes, what's going on, Oxytocin?
It's good. It's good.
You is hyped
It's
today,
good.
huh?
It's lit.
Well, we should be hyped. We got some special guests in
Yes.
the building.
Hey.
We got Tchositself in the building.
Yeah. Finally in the building.
Yes,
Good
we've
to
been
be
trying to get you here for a long
I know.
time.
And see-
Wow. For a while now. Yeah.
You
It just seemed
destroyed
like-
the crowd at our event.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
You handled your business.
I do what I can.
It just seemed like we couldn't get it. We couldn't get it.
Something always came up. I don't know what it was, but God has perfect timing. He did.
That's perfect time.
And I'm here right now. In the
And he's here right now. Don't be asking him what happened. He in there. So we're really, really glad to have you. We definitely want to ask you, what was it like performing at Drinks and Conversations?
It was a wonderful feeling. Like the atmosphere was really great. The crowd, just like the surrounding everything. Everyone was so into the conversation itself. It's a great feeling.
Okay. Yeah. So are you coming back?
Oh, definitely. I got something in
Aight.
February, right? That's the next date. Shout out
February
to the
11th. February 11th. We getting it popping.
Yeah.
February 11th.
next date. I'm in there. Got something real lovely for the love.
Oh,
Okay.
some
Wait, I
lovely
got-
for the
I
love.
got some.
Lovely for the love. I like that. I like that.
What we also got in the building.
Be-list the Jedi. Be-list the Jedi.
We got Boomy from Glamazon and Defense in the building.
Hey. But we got B-list the Jedi. That's who she is.
Oh, B-list the Jedi.
Yeah.
Huh? Okay.
All
right. Okay.
She's the co-founder
The
of
co-founder.
Glamazon and Self-Defense.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
All right now.
All right.
I don't know what I'm talking about. Y'all bear with me now. This is gonna be are we on the
This is
roller
one of
coaster?
those
Y'all on
shows,
for the
okay?
ride, okay?
So how are you?
I'm doing wonderful.
You don't wonderful.
Yes.
Yeah, speaking to the mic. Speaking to the mic.
I'm in the mic. I'm in the mic. I'm in the mic.
Okay. All
I'm
right.
doing wonderful.
All right. Did you get all your Christmas shopping together?
I know I sure did.
No.
I'm about to go to Amazon same day Prime. Yeah.
Yeah, you got
Shout out
till
to
midnight
Amazon in the
tonight. I
building.
don't know if they're gonna do something.
They are. Amazon got magical powers. Them mammals will be here.
They will. They will.
Yeah.
Unicorns and such.
Yeah.
Unicorns and
They got
such.
random unmarked vehicles that drop your vehicle at your house.
And you know what's
Drop
so
your
funny?
packages.
You know, because I did the Amazon Prime Now today. And it's funny because my package showed up, but I didn't see nobody. I'm like, what the hell happened? The shit was just at my door.
I know,
Like,
right? The drone.
the
brought
drone, it
in.
came through.
Came,
I
dropped
was
it
like,
off.
Yeah.
Kept it
Let it
moving.
go.
But we definitely want to get back to Tchositself, who we have in the building here, because we really, really run him on for so long. How is it like you perform at different open mics in the DMV area, right?
Yeah.
How long have you been doing poetry? Because you're just so good at it.
I've been writing since like high school, but I've like only been like really focused on spoken word poetry, really serious like this year.
Really?
Like this year, I've been like consistent. I've always like hit the spots every once in a while here and there, but like this year, like January, I was like, yo, I'm just gonna take this real serious and start hitting open mic spots, and that's when things start really happening.
Okay.
What's up?
All right. So you just went after it, basically. And just, I mean, do you get nervous when you're up there, when you're performing? Is that something that
The thing is, I get nervous right before and right after. Like leading up to it, I'm so nervous. That's like with open mic spots. I like to go first. I don't like the just waiting on number 5 or number 6. I want to go first, get it out of the way. When I'm up there, it's easy. Like I'm just in my element and everything's going good. But like right after, I'm like, yo, what did I do? Did I say this wrong? Did I say this? Like I'm nervous right before and right after.
do you ever forget words and?
Yes. Yes. The thing, like there was one time I completely forgot 2 whole lines. And instead of like blanking out, I try to like make up some stuff along the way. I think people didn't notice, but maybe they did. But like, yeah, I have a problem with kind of memorizing everything. But like, it comes back. It works out.
Okay. All right.
Out of all the poems that you performed at open mics, which is your favorite one? Because I got a favorite one.
I think your
So
favorite
what is
one
your favorite
is my
one?
favorite one. I have a poem, and I don't have a name for it. It's about a father who wants to see their child, but the mom makes it real difficult for him to do. And I like performing it everywhere. A lot of poems that I do, they get a lot of different responses, but that particular one, everybody seems to kind of gravitate towards and give me good feedback for it.
Because it hits a nerve, I think, and it's a lot of people going through that situation. And even yours is from the male's perspective, but even from the woman's perspective, now you have it where it's women who they can't see their child.
Right.
The father's holding the child against them. So it goes both ways.
Right. And I definitely
Sometimes.
sometimes. I mean, everybody has their own story, you know.
Okay, sometimes, but more times out of the rest. Okay, we just be wanting to see our child.
I'm sorry, where's your child?
I'm talking about it as men, you know.
Where's your child?
Okay, but I'm just saying.
Okay.
All right.
Moving on. So can we expect some new material? What is your writing process like? Because that poem that I like, that you like, that don't have any name, I mean, it's just so powerful. Like, what is your writing process? How do you lay something so profound like that down?
I try to come up with different subjects that hasn't been discussed before. Like with that one, everyone knows about the single mother struggling and the deadbeat dads and all that stuff. But I know there's a lot of dads out there that are trying to be better fathers but don't really have a voice. You know, me myself, I don't have any kids, but I try to understand certain situations. So I like study. You know what I mean? I like study people. I read articles to try to get information, to try to get all these thoughts down. And I just kind of write certain points to get it out, and then I try to bring it all together when I really try to write and put it all together in one form.
I like how you said you study.
Oh yeah,
there's a lot. Read articles. I don't know what other poets, the way that they lay their stuff down, but I envision that they just know a lot of words, read a lot of books, and then sit down and write. But for you to say, I write topics down, I research certain topics, and then I put them together, I think that's really dope.
That is cool. That is cool. So, do you ever, with doing this, do you ever offend people, or are you ever afraid that you are going to offend people, or do you kind of keep it kind of neutral?
I never want to limit myself in what I have to say. I know some people, everybody's not going to like what you say. You can't let that stop whatever you're trying to say to get out. You know, I have another poem about being like a closet Christian, and I said it at certain places and people wasn't really responding to it like I was, because I made it in the form of almost like a homosexual coming out of the closet, dealing with that type of struggle. But I think there's struggles with Christians coming out of that particular closet, facing the struggles they have at the same time. A lot of people don't really get with that, but I think it's really an issue that I wanted to talk about. So you can't let that really kind of stop you. And I try not to let what people think negatively affect either how I write it or where and how I perform it.
I love that. In life, you can't let anybody stop you.
Right. No.
That's a strong message right there.
You won't get us. No, you won't. No, you won't. Okay, now let's get down to the business, because you know I like the business part of it. Okay, so now you do this because you love to do it and you have the talent for it. Now, how difficult is it to, I guess, to make a living or make a wage or just even advance in that art form as far as a career is in business? Yeah.
Monetizing your passion.
It is a difficult thing in the beginning. You know, a lot of times you gotta hit open mics. You gotta do things for free until you start gaining kind of notoriety in the business and in the areas that people want to pay for your services. So there's a lot of traveling to places that you don't really want to travel to. A lot of uncomfortable places you have to kind of be to gain that type of buzz to, you know, get everything up there. So it's a struggle. I'm in a struggle phase right now. You know what I mean? I'm not eating great, but I'm eating. You know what I mean? So it's a struggle to try to do anything that you love at the beginning, but it always pays off.
It does.
So what do you think needs to be in this generation, adapting to this generation? Because I would say, as far as, I mean, I wouldn't compare, you know, open mics as to like stand up or comedy or anything like that. But as far as getting out there, how do you transform to adapt to this type of society where we're so social media like how do you boost in that type of atmosphere?
You have to.
Does that make sense?
No,
I don't know.
I try to put it together myself.
Okay, all right.
I was thinking,
All right, let me
just
simplify. Cause let me tell you, I got that Parkdale education. Sometimes they go over your head. Okay. Okay. So, how do you get creative to become monetized in this era, basically?
The think you have to use every type of technology and social media thing that there is. You can't be comfortable with certain types of social media. Me, I'm not one to put myself out there, but I kind of have to. A lot of people on Facebook aren't on Snapchat. A lot of people on Snapchat ain't on Instagram. So you gotta make yourself a brand and tweet if you don't tweet. You gotta use every single thing to try to reach as many people as you can to get people to talk about you. And try to make a viral video somehow. I haven't figured that out yet, but I'm
viral videos get it there.
You the
last.
last.
That's the thing. At least
know that's
do a
right.
dance. I'm not dancing, but like people just do dances on certain songs and like the Ray Shremmerd. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I never heard that song, but they made some kind of mannequin challenge that went viral. And now it's like on the top. You got to use that type. Whatever's hot, you got to use it to elevate yourself. Your talent is going to sustain you after everything.
They got lucky though. High school kids just started doing it to that song, and then it just took over. It wasn't even them, but they were happy about it.
Well, shout out
happy
to
about it.
And the sales definitely went up.
Oh yeah. Because I didn't know that song until the mannequin challenge either. So you are not alone.
Exactly.
But I think it's hard for every business that's coming up because you have your traditional way of doing things and you have the traditional way of how people in your industry do stuff, but this is a different time, this is a different age, and sometimes it's about thinking outside of the box.
Absolutely.
That's
Using what you got too.
Yeah, and putting yourself out there.
Yeah.
That's the main thing. You got to put
Look at
yourself
that.
out there. Think outside the box. Do what works, but not really follow the trend and do what like everybody else does. You're gonna kind of fall in with everybody else. I think outside the box and do something different, but ride somebody's wave to do something. It's tricky.
Now, have you written for other people? Have you branched out to that? Have you done that?
I haven't done that yet. It's something I would like to do. I have no problem with being Quentin Miller in the game at all. Quentin Miller, you guys, is back in the day when they thought Drake wasn't writing the stuff. He was writing the stuff. It was a small little thing. Nobody talks about it because Drake is still Drake. But yeah, I mean, if somebody wants to write something, I will pen anything. Just monetize and then pay me for my services.
I know that's
All
right.
I know
There
that's
you
right.
go. So tell us what open mics you perform at, and if someone wants to go and see you, where can we go?
The main place you can see me is Poetry at Nipsey's, which is every second Wednesday of the month.
One more time,
Every second Wednesday of the month.
Amen.
It's like that's where I started going there heavy, and that's actually where I got my first poetry feature at Poetry at
wow. So you featured.
And you're gonna be at Drinks and Conversations.
Yes.
Okay.
That's
Yes.
February 11th is also where you can see me. Everybody.
Yes.
So make sure you go there, Johnny Pistolas.
Hey.
Well, man, I think you are super, super talented.
Thank you, sir.
I think your craft is. I think you're working on your craft and you're doing your thing, and it's just a pleasure to just be a part of that while you perform. And put stuff out there.
Absolutely,
So, I'm excited about that.
Keep writing, keep creating dope ass content. I'm ready. I know I'm gonna like the next poem and the next poem and the next poem. So we're definitely rooting for you. You are a friend of the show. You always have our support.
Thank you. Thank you.
Whenever you want to come back, the door is always open.
Right
And I
now.
also want to say something.
Yes.
That when you're talking and you're speaking, it is so inspiring. It has made me to think about, even my relationship. I'm a closet Christian, and I was one. So keep doing your craft, keep doing your craft, keep doing what you're doing. It is really inspiring people because it has inspired me. So good job.
Well, let's talk about that.
Inspiring people out here. That's what I'm talking about. That's what it's about. Penetrating the epidermis
epidermis.
to get into the mind of these people and the heart of these people.
All right now.
Right.
Okay, was feeling convicted. That's why they didn't like the poem, but I know what
Could be.
poem you're talking about, and I loved it.
Thank you.
But let's talk about the closet Christian. Okay.
All right.
You're
So-
one. Shots fired.
Shots
Shots fired.
fired. You're not gonna attack my heart like that. Okay? You just know my heart.
I know that's
So let's
right.
talk about closet Christians. I mean, is this something that is, like an epidemic in a
It's an
sense?
epidemic.
Is it like what? Just go into a little bit. Explain a little bit more of what a closet Christian probably is.
And what you meant when you said it. What did it mean for you?
When it meant it for me, a closet Christian is, I believe it could be as big as completely not acknowledging the type of Christian you are in general, as little as like not speaking up in the face of what a Christian's supposed to be. It could be something as small as like you're out with your coworkers and you don't pray over your food. Or it could be something as big as like somebody saying something on Facebook that's really goes against God. But instead of you trying to speak against it and own up for your Christ, you kind of pass it aside or you give them a like so people won't look at you kind of wrong. You know, it's people are convicted of being. People are scared of being convicted as a Christian rather than speaking up for Christ in general. And I think if people really kind of trying to do that, then that will end this whole epidemic of being a constant Christian. People are scared of the consequences. You know, if the Christians going to be persecuted, you know what I mean? They're not being killed like they was before, but like their characters being killed and assassinated. You might get some dirty looks around the street. You might lose some followers. You might not be as popular at your job. But it's our duty as Christians to be that. So we got to come out of the closet and own up to that so we can start changing the world like we was going to do in the first place.
No stuff.
Okay, all right, okay.
More or less.
Yeah, I might be in that. I might be in that
category.
Because now that I think about it, when you talk about it's going as low as, you know, not praying and stuff like that. I mean, you're right. Sometimes in certain atmospheres, you just bypass that, and you know you're not raised that way. You know that's something that you should be doing. You know.
That's true. And tackling that thing that stops doing it. Are you worried about what others are going to think of you? And then you got to think about, why do you care what others think of you?
Right.
It's okay to pray over your food. You know what I mean? So stopping that thing right there that stops you from acknowledging Christ in a sense, and stopping it from other areas of your life.
Amen.
You know?
So for you, what particularly, like, now you relate to that?
Yeah.
So what was your experience?
To me, I always thought that I was like, you know, like my girl Keisha would say, from the gangbanging streets of Jesus Christ. Like I would say, I love the Lord, I love Christ. But when Tchositself said in his poem, speaking against things that are not popular, like, let me give you an example. When a person is going through something, or a person is living a certain lifestyle, and you know you don't have a problem with it, but what you believe in goes against it, and they ask you how you feel about it, you can either say, well, I don't agree with it, or, oh, you know, you could do you. In that aspect, you're supposed to say, well, I don't believe in that. But if you want to do what you want to do, that's fine. Does that make sense? Like, if somebody asks you about, like, homosexuality, and the Christian belief, it goes against God's word.
Okay.
So
right.
even though that's God's word, we're still taught to love one another. But if you were to ask me that, I wouldn't want to comment on it, because now if you say something against homosexuality, everybody comes at you. You're a homophobe. You're this and that, and it's not even that. It's not that. But what I believe in goes against that. And I'm not saying that I don't like you. I'm just saying that it goes against that.
I absolutely get it. Even when it comes to cheating on your spouse, or cheating on your wife, or cheating on your husband. Your husband can go to Vegas with his boys, and all your boys know his ass is married, but he out there being a single man and cheating on you.
Okay, see, we're not gonna bring the personal stuff that experiences. Okay,
First of all, no, this is not an experience, but this is what goes on a lot in people's lives. You have your boys around you, and you're making a big mistake, but they like, man, that's him. Ain't nobody gonna tell him, you know you shouldn't be cheating on your wife. You know you got 3 kids at home.
True.
You know she told you to come out here to hang out with the boys and not to be going in that bang bang room. You know what I'm saying? Like,
and
tell
you
him.
witnessed this win.
There's a bang.
You witnessed this win.
I didn't witness anything.
That doesn't happen.
It's an example.
That doesn't
It does
happen. That doesn't
I
happen.
know there's a bang.
I don't think it happens.
It
should be going in
happens.
the bang bang
When?
room.
It happens.
At all.
No, it's true.
It
It does
happens.
happen.
When does
That's
that
a prime
happen?
example.
When does that happen?
Dudes
When
will
have
not
you
stop their friends.
But
No,
you're right. Like when your friends
back
is
to the
doing
story.
something wrong and ungodly, and instead of like, oh, that's my friend, I'm gonna be there for. Nah, you supposed to
check them.
You supposed to check them. Exactly.
And the Bible says you can judge your friends as long as it's coming from a good heart and a good place.
Right.
Now, if you're judging them maliciously, like, I don't like them, and just trying to be rude or bad or bring them down, no. But if you're coming from a place of wanting to better them and help them, it is okay.
But how y'all know the story is that you tried to tell your friend, but your friend wanted to do it anyway? Like, that's the whole thing.
But we're
like,
talking
you tell
about,
them.
you're doing an as if. We're just saying this is an example of what can happen. We're giving an example of what, people go through.
Okay.
So that's what we're just an
in
example.
that case,
Not saying that it happened or it
If the
didn't.
friend still does it, you still did your job.
Your
of
part
telling
is done.
them. I mean,
Yeah.
you're not going to save everybody, but as long as you do your job, you did your part.
Amen.
It's up to them.
Okay.
Like, you can raise your child, but if they want to go to jail and do something bad, look, I raised them right.
Right.
That wasn't me.
Right.
That's showing you. Something like that. I totally agree. I totally agree. Absolutely.
Where was you there, Tosa? No. Was you there?
Whatever. See, you lucky you have me as a friend because all the stupid stuff that you do, I always tell you.
Oh,
I always tell you. Don't be doing that shit.
Let me tell you,
okay?
oxytocin does put me in check a lot of the time.
See,
sometimes,
I'm a good friend.
All right, sometimes. Yeah. Depends on the season. I'm just saying.
Palm trees.
It's Christmas
shade.
season, so yeah, we're pretty good. Okay, so listen. Over the weekend, the internet has been blowing up. Y'all already know. And with Drinks and Conversation, love and relationships coming up.
Hey.
One of the biggest relationships I could say.
Can we even
quote,
call it a
unquote,
relationship?
It's not. It was a relationship, kind of.
Now
more
it's
like
a situation.
now it's a situation.
All
now it's
right.
complicated.
Complicated.
All right? We talk about Rob and Chyna Kardashian that blew up the internet. The internet.
Chyna Kardashian.
Did you just officiate the wedding?
Right.
That's their name now. Rob and Chyna Kardashian. They
Yeah.
trying to get it trademarked and everything.
And also, I don't think we brought this up. Sorry to cut you off, but we have Tchositself and B-List the Jedi, but they're in a relationship. So we definitely want to get their opinion on this drama that's going on with this other couple, Rob Kardashian and Chyna.
And the main thing I want to get your opinion on, first of all, because Chyna done left Rob dry and took the baby and everything and spoiled the Christmas and all of that. Okay?
She took
all right.
the bins, the keys,
She took everything.
Egos,
She took everything.
She took
She
the
took
Egos
everything.
too?
Yeah, Egos, yes.
Breakfast
I don't-
food.
And here's my little experience as far as this sometimes, because I think, that sometimes, y'all women kind of overreact a little bit, and next thing y'all know, y'all want to take all the shit and the babies too.
What experience are you speaking from?
I done had some experiences,
know?
okay? It wasn't a baby, but it was
I'm
a
about to
dog,
say.
all right? You done took all the shit and the dog, okay? And left me high and dry. All right, so
Who's gonna start
my
first?
thing is it true? I mean, why?
Why
I
they
mean,
took you?
Okay,
Why?
let
I'm
Chaos
gonna let Boomy the B-List the Jedi because I have a whole nother outlook on this entire.
All right.
You go ahead.
Go ahead. Yeah, let's hear.
The situation with Rob and Chyna Kardashian, apparently that's the name right now,
Hey.
is a little different because Rob is the drama queen in this whole situation. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like Chyna just did what she had to do. She took her baby to get away from that.
How is he the drama queen?
Because
situation?
something is seriously wrong with this guy. Apparently, he was looking through her phone. She gave him the access to her phone. He didn't find anything. Then he found some throwback messages.
But we did have text messages that got released from like when?
But them text messages wasn't even bad.
No, them texts. Yes, they were.
No, I read them all. It was just all she said. I read them all. All she was saying.
So
that
if your spouse told you that you were fat and lazy
Hold
and
on.
that you wear the
But
same
he
clothes,
is. No. But here's the thing: we all have seen that something is seriously wrong with this dude. He's suffering from some type of mental illness. Anytime you could drop your little sister's phone number on Instagram or social media like that, that's crazy. He's emotional.
He's crazy.
No, he's crazy. I mean, I have.
But we do know he has problems.
problems.
Honestly,
And
he's
my
not
thing is,
happy with
the
himself.
character, to me, the character of a man is how you handle yourself in the midst of chaos. So something didn't go your way and you choose to blast the mother of your child on social media, and then you took pictures, you said all this stuff, and somebody allegedly hacked her phone. I mean, it's crazy. That's how you going to do it. Something doesn't go your way, you act like this.
It's a conspiracy. They trying to paint her as the villain.
Yes,
They're trying to
they
paint
already
her
don't
as
want her
the
to have
bad
the last
woman,
name.
and it's only because they don't want her to have the last
Yes.
name.
And
And
I
that's
think
it. And let me tell you, I don't have time. If you're really going through some stuff and you're really crying about some stuff, you're not gonna sit there and post, have a camera, hit the button to turn it and look at yourself, and you sitting there crying into a camera.
Yes.
I can't do it.
Yeah,
When
I
I'm
don't
upset,
believe in crying
when I'm
into a
upset
camera.
and
Why
I'm
people
hurt and
cry?
I'm crying about
too.
when I'm
Put a picture at
upset
the
and I'm
face.
hurt and I'm crying about something, I'm not getting no camera. I'm not facing myself and I'm not crying into it. He should have called his mom. Maybe went to, a therapist.
he probably did.
No,
he
but
should
he-
stay off of social media. And one thing about Rob Kardashian, he seems to be really irrational. Like the stuff that he do is not thought of. He acts off impulse. That's why people like that shouldn't be near social media. And he needs to just sit his crybaby ass in the back. Because I don't feel sorry for him.
Yeah.
I don't feel sorry for him. I feel like he's the problem. And
And then,
also,
like-
he's already said he's felt bad about himself. Can you, if you're with a woman who feels bad about herself, not happy about her weight, she's depressed, she's not getting along with her family, she has issues with her family, got with someone, got pregnant really quickly, like he's just going through a lot that I feel like he's probably not even a good person to be around.
Yeah.
You're going through
Yeah.
so much stuff. How can I be with you
And
when
she
you
even
can't even be with
said-
yourself?
She
Okay.
even said in the text
Okay.
message,
All
I'm going
right.
to give Rob a year to get his life together. And plus, you also got to be careful. Like, being around that can get you off your game, too.
Them demons
Like,
jump.
dude, what you doing?
Okay,
And then
okay,
you're the
okay,
first
okay,
son
okay.
of your father. Come on, dude.
Okay.
Them
Come
demons
on.
jump. So you better be careful who you're around. Don't let nobody
true.
else demons jump on you. So Chyna was running for her spiritual life. Okay?
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
She was
Demons,
running for her
that
spiritual
demon
life.
of depression
I'm sure she
was
was.
coming for her, and she had to
She had to go.
And she had to grab her baby.
Okay.
And
like,
you know what? Shout outs to her for taking her baby.
Shout out.
Yeah,
Oh,
shout out.
You
okay.
cannot.
Take the baby.
That is
Take the
his baby
baby.
too.
Nah, son.
All right then.
Take the baby.
All right, hold on.
Yeah.
Okay,
Okay, one second though. You have a 1-month-old baby,
Yeah.
and your lactating wife is
Right.
leaving you. She supposed to leave the 1-month-old. I'm sorry. How you gonna breastfeed? I'm sorry.
This is
Well, the point is you
2016.
don't
There's
leave.
technology we can do to kind of keep the baby
You
alive.
cannot breastfeed
He's not
your
in the
baby.
mental
No, we
state
can't.
to
She
keep
don't
that
want to
baby.
see you, so you can't come pick up the breast milk that she pump. If I'm pumping it, the baby better be with me because I'm working.
And
Okay.
they're gonna have a conversation on social media. Come back, and she's like, "Dude, you know where I'm at. If you want to see me, come see me."
Oh,
Hashtag
okay.
He
no
knows where
pump
she
faking.
is. He knows where she
knew.
is.
If that
He
was
knew.
that simple.
Okay. all right,
Okay.
Well,
But
Go ahead.
But come on, Chaos itself.
I mean,
Let's hear your opinion on this.
personally, I think all of this is a big spectacle to make their show hot. This is going to be on the next season of Black Rock, Chyna, Rob,
Black
Kardashian 2. Like this is so entertaining to kind of be on social media and get everybody involved. Everybody feels part of the story. Now everybody's gonna watch the show
True.
and everybody's gonna tune in and everybody's gonna tune in on the big reunion show when they finally get married. And it's gonna make a bunch of money like him did. I don't believe in all this stuff. I commend it for making reality TV a kind of a money grabbing thing, but outside of that, I think if I want to get into the story and really come inside of that, I think they should deal with their problems with themselves, and they should talk to each other instead of putting it out on social media. I don't think taking the child is very good. That's his child too. You can't just kidnap babies. and not
She
tell
didn't
the father
kidnap the
is.
baby.
She's parenting.
Yes, she
Parent-
is.
She can't
Ain't
parent
no
nap the
parenting.
baby.
That is
Let me tell you
parenting.
something. Let me get
She
my
took her
let me get
baby
my
out of a
42
hostile
real quick.
When
environment.
Let
the
me get my
mother takes
42
the
real
baby,
quick.
it's called parenting. When the father takes the baby, it's called kidnapping.
Yes,
I better get
ma'am.
that straight.
Yes.
That's by
kinda-
the law, even though it's the same thing.
Wow.
Now here's my thing. All right. Now you Black Chyna. All right. Let me talk to Black Chyna
Black
real quick.
Chyna Kardashian, get it right.
She ain't married yet and she ain't trademarked it yet.
Don't
Listen,
matter.
if you're with me, okay, you're with me. All right. Regardless of where I'm at, you decided to be with me where I am. You already understand my situation and what I'm going through. So therefore, we are there to work together. That's the whole reason why you came into my life, and that's the whole reason why we started Mission so well, because of the simple fact of you gave me motivation. You started encouraging me. We started doing that. Not saying this your responsibility, but that's just the nature of our relationship. And this is cool. Now, after we have a baby and stuff like that, you don't, first of all, you don't talk bad about me to some other dudes. That's one. And you don't bash me. So when this stuff comes out, of course you're going to feel some type of way. Of course you're going to be in your feelings towards the situation. And then you wind up leaving at that.
Okay.
You damn right.
You
What
don't
do you
take
mean,
all
babe?
of this stuff and take my daughter. Now you can leave, and that's all good and fine and well. If you need the time to catch your breath, to do whatever, get some space, that's cool. But you're not about to take my daughter around Christmas time. See,
Yes.
this is what I'm talking
We're
about.
fit to
And-
take
and-
her.
First
And
Christmas.
then you're not
We're
going to
fit to
take.
take her.
Then you're going to take her around Christmas time, and then take all the nursery. Why the hell you got to take the nursery? Then we build a nursery for your son. And on top of that, and you gonna take all that stuff too.
Yes.
Now here's the thing. No, here's the point. If you're gonna be with me, if you're gonna have my back like you say you do, and like you say you did, enough to want to have my last name, then you stay. You rock it out.
Negative, sir.
Period. Point
Negative.
blank.
Let me tell you something.
And that's what it is.
Objection.
And if you want to leave, that's cool. If you want to
Objection.
leave, that's cool. But you don't leave abruptly like that.
I do.
Like
You
that-
do.
No,
I do.
With
No,
the
you
and
don't.
with security escort. Yes.
Here it goes. That's fine when she made that decision because it
Well, I
was
was
just him and her. You know what I'm saying? When you're in a relationship, it's about your man, it's about your boo. When you bring a child into the equation,
that
it then
child.
becomes about the safety of that child. And his mental state, he's crazy and he's irrational. Okay, so she
His
needs to get her
mental
baby
state?
out of there.
Yes.
Yes.
She
And who
just as
said-
crazy.
Who told you she was talking about him to another guy?
And she was
Nobody
talking to
said she
her
was talking
best
about him
friend.
to another
Everyone
guy.
has somebody that
So
they
It doesn't
confide in.
matter who
It
was.
does matter.
It does.
You
It
tried
doesn't
saying
matter.
was a guy to further your
It
point,
doesn't
but
matter
it wasn't.
because
It
what
does.
she said
doesn't
was
seem like
let's
the most
be honest
rational
right
person
That was her
in the
real
world.
Let's be
opinion.
honest.
No, it
Did
was
she
her
lie? Did she lie?
It
No,
was her
she
real
didn't.
opinion, though.
Okay, but it's not a lie. You can love somebody but still feel like there's people who love their husband, but he lazy as shit. He on the couch. He don't got no job. He ain't working. That don't mean I don't love him. That just mean he got shit that he needs to
But
do.
what kind of loyalty is that if you can't tell
That's
it
her
to the
best
person, but
friend.
you're going to tell it
Because
to
you
your
don't
next?
want to hurt people.
And she did try
Let
to
me
tell him, but
tell
did you
you.
see his Snapchat video? You can't tell that man nothing.
First of all, when you don't say, I don't know where people got this notion where say it to my face. Say it to my face.
Don't
If
nobody
I'm
want
not
that.
saying it to your face, it's because I'm trying to protect your feelings. Maybe she says it to him in a different way. Maybe she
And
when
he
she
doesn't
says
look
it
to her
him,
like a man should look to a
when
woman.
she
He's looking for
says
a
it
mother.
to him, maybe she says it like in a nice way, you know, not trying to frustrate him. She's like, okay, baby, this is how I feel. Can we work on this? But really, she blown as shit. So
Yeah.
she got to go and vent to her friends like you do.
'Cause she
Even when
can't
you're in a,
vent to
you're
him
in a
the way she
relationship
wants
right
to.
now, when your girl blow you, you may vent to your mama, you may vent to your best friend differently than how you vent to her about the same situation.
That's true.
So let's not act brand new. Yeah,
But
take
here's
a
the
breath.
point of the
homie.
matter
I need a round
is,
of applause
okay.
for that last comment.
Yay! Round of applause. Be
Okay,
I got to give you a little 2 points on that one. I got a little 2 points on that one. But then I got to come back. But here's the point. You don't
Think
do
about
that, okay?
You do.
You don't do that. And a lot of women are vindictive like that. A lot of women will wind up doing that. Take everything and want to take everything and do stuff like that. It's
What
just
did
a
she
way
pay
about
for?
going
Like, was
about
it
doing
necessary
What
to
if it's
take
her?
the nursery and the Christmas?
It wasn't necessary.
Dream needed to feel comfortable in her environment.
Where's
What's
the
her
baby gonna
environment?
sleep?
The baby
At
at?
whatever parent. What's the mama name?
Where the baby
Trina.
gonna sleep?
Ashley Jenner.
It's Black Chyna
Where's
Kardashian.
Black
other-
China now?
Where the baby gonna sleep?
Black
need the
China-
nurse.
Black China's in force.
You don't. He don't got no
Right now.
baby, so he don't even
The
need
baby
damn
can sleep in the
nursery.
bed, but the whole
No,
nursery,
dangerous.
that room was
Actually,
empty.
you
Come
shouldn't
on.
have your baby in the
Because
bed
of
with
the
you.
kids.
That's very dangerous at such a young age. Okay,
true.
so the baby needs to be inside of a crib or a bassinet.
Okay, and
Yeah.
that's all you have to
Oh,
take.
he probably
And they have
needs-
enough
No,
money to buy
the
another
baby needs
bassinet.
a changing
You can buy
table.
another bassinet. You don't
Okay.
Why
have like.
buy another
It's called
bassinet
being
when I got an
spiteful.
empty one at the baby daddy house and he don't need it?
This is why she just trying to save him money.
It's to really put in there like, oh, I'm just never coming back. I'm taking everything. This is to add. It's a dagger in the wound. You knife for no reasons.
He'll be all right. He needs to get himself together because at the end of the day, a woman wants to be with a man.
Yes,
and if you're going to be
ma'am.
crying and you're going to be taking your problems to social media, sit your crybaby ass in the bed.
And we
then
want to
gonna
be with a
post
grown ass woman. We
Right?
don't want to be with no. What you mean?
That's why
Every
he
woman
got
wants to
with
be
her.
with a man.
Yeah.
Of course you're gonna be with a
That's
man. What
why
else
he
you
got
gonna
with her.
be
She
with?
was
But we want to
doing
be
her
with a
own
grown
business.
He want to be
woman.
with a
She's a
grown,
grown
man too,
woman.
because she obviously is the one that's handling everything.
And you know what a grown woman does when niggas get to acting crazy? Take
What?
let
Yeah,
them know
baby.
I'm
Yes.
gonna leave your ass. So you keep playing, you gonna learn today. She taught him a lesson.
She
Now
sure
the next
did.
time she might just leave and never come back. Who checking for right
Nobody.
now?
gonna be
I'm
back.
Nobody is checking.
She gonna
for
be
Rob.
back.
Nobody is checking for
Nobody.
Rob, and it's
She
not
gonna
to
be
say
back. She
like
want
She
that
was checking for
Kardashian
Rob.
money.
What
to
you
get
mean?
that money. She
No.
got her own money. People
Y'all
just
talking?
wanna,
Black
It be
China
the
got her own
same
money.
one talking about nobody was checking for you, but you be the man. That be the main one checking for that person.
but I'm
No.
just saying though, like she has enough money to live comfortably. Maybe she don't have Kardashian money, but she got enough money to live comfortably and get the things that she wants. And she's had those things, so I mean, any nigga at this point is just adding to.
Listen, Dream is her baby making machine.
Bars.
You know what?
Her baby make.
Bars.
Oh,
You
well.
know what?
Baby
Well,
making
enough about Black Chyna and Rob
Kardashian.
Kardashian. We honestly wish them the best. But one thing about relationships that I don't like, if y'all gonna be together, be together.
Right.
If y'all gonna break up, break up.
Right.
But breaking up and getting back together, breaking up and getting back together, cursing each other out, and they doing it publicly. So it's on a whole nother level. Like, get that shit together. Y'all gonna be together, be together. You gonna break up, break up. All that back and forth, I hate you, then I'm in love with you, but I tarnished you, I trashed you, I dogged you for the world to see. They gotta fix that. They can't keep doing that.
Yeah.
But speaking of Kardashians, let's talk about. Have any of you all seen the sex tape?
No.
What's
No.
sex tape?
Kylie Jenner
No, I
and
have
Tyga.
Yeah.
What?
They ain't
What?
got no sex tape.
Yeah, it dropped. It
My
leaked, apparently.
timeline has been filled with people
What?
saying, "Oh my goodness,
in a
the
dressing
sex tape."
room. She just
No.
trying to be Kim.
You know, I
It's
thought
Kim's format
Kim,
right there. She's
yeah.
definitely trying to be Kim.
I
She's the
really
new Kim.
thought Kim was trying to be Kylie, but with this whole sex tape
Kim's
thing,
trying to be
Kylie's trying to be. Yes, because Kim was so obsessed with Kylie's website. You know how people follow Kylie.
Uh-huh.
If Kylie put on something that sells out, like Kylie is what Kim was years ago when Kim came
it's
out.
True.
Right.
It's true.
I mean, that girl, her Kylie lip cosmetic lip kit sold out in like seconds.
That's true. That's
And
true.
she ain't even have to have a sex tape. Like,
Yeah,
She ain't even have to have lips.
she had to do, she was selling. You know what I'm saying? So now it's like she got the, like, she didn't even need to do the sex tape. I don't
Lil
understand why she
Kylie got
did
a
it.
sex tape.
Lil
I
Kylie
gotta
got a
say
sex
Lil
tape.
Kylie. Lil Kylie got a sex tape.
Lil
But
Kylie
you
got
know
a grown
what?
sex tape.
You know what? I'm not surprised by sex tapes nowadays because
Who
everybody
cares?
has a sex tape.
Yeah.
Okay, and it's just the way of life. You know.
What? Make what? Your life of your where's
way
your
of
sex
life.
tape of your life.
Oh,
No,
my
we don't
sex
do-
tape is in the vault. Okay, sex tape is in the vault. But hey,
Stupid.
if somebody was willing to pay for it, but
Oh,
you know,
Lord.
it ain't worth shit. It ain't worth a goddamn thing. Don't even worry about it. But I think, I mean, that's just the era that we live in right now.
Which is sad. That's not okay.
It's
No,
about
it's not.
likes, clicks, and views. But the thing about, do they even realize that this stuff that you put on the internet stays on the internet for
Forever.
years and years?
See,
Talk
that's
about
the
it lasts
popularity of it,
forever.
though.
Yeah.
It
And then when
lasts
you got
forever.
people like-
Have y'all ever pulled up y'all Black Planet
Kardashian.
page? It is still there,
Yeah,
and it's
true.
still terrible. It's never going
My
away.
state-
And we thought it was so
That's the thing, though,
cool
right
at the
now.
time,
That's
right?
the thing right now. You could put raunchy stuff of yourself out there, and like somebody like Kim, if you tell somebody, "Oh, don't do that, it's gonna ruin your life," but then you see somebody like her, who has made millions of dollars off that.
Right.
How can you? What do you say?
Yeah.
But half of them doing it ain't even making the $2. That's why. So I'm saying, get straight.
But I'm gonna have to Google this Kylie mix. I'm gonna have to. I was about to say mixtape. I'm gonna have to
Mixtape.
Google
Damn
that.
sure
see,
ain't rapping.
see what's going on with
Social
with
media
that.
is just, it's crazy.
So y'all know it's about to be the new year, 2017.
Already.
Really?
Already.
Yeah, really.
I didn't know. By golly.
What should not go on from 2016 to 2017? What should we leave behind? What should we leave behind in 2017? I would say Donald Trump is my
Yeah,
number
we-
one
I
thing
know.
that we should
Well,
leave
he
behind.
I
could.
wish that could be
Wish
the case,
we
but,
could.
That's
But
your
that-
president-elect.
the powers that be
So he's
got other
actually
plans.
coming forward in 2017.
Yeah.
I
But what should we leave
say.
behind? Or what should you leave behind personally, as far as something that you do or something that you know,
That's a great question. You should kick off the answer. Go ahead.
on what should I leave behind?
Absolutely.
Oh,
We'll
you
just
know,
go
I
around
have to
the
leave
table.
behind a lot of shit
I
in
know that.
2016. I need to leave behind procrastination. Okay?
Oh wow, that's
Because you know, a person like me, a lot of the time, well, I wouldn't even say procrastinate. I would say forget-tination, because I forget a lot of stuff. So I need to like come up with a method to,
That
you know,
is so
start
true.
writing stuff down and you know, just starting to pay more attention to detail.
That's so true. Let me tell y'all. I would tell him something, right?
Listen, but we gonna move on to you, okay?
And he'll be like, "Oh my God, I didn't know that." I'd be like, "Yo, I told you." Really? Yes. And then a week later, we would have the same conversation. I was like, "What?"
I got to
I'm the
admit,
exact same way. I really started writing stuff down. I have this on your phone, but you can like put it like log in on the computer. Everything it has all the notes. I write stuff down all the time.
What is it again? The app?
Evernote.
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 Oh yeah, I know about
I gotta check that
Yeah.
out.
Because
Evernote.
You have really been. I give you your props. You've been remembering stuff. I'm so proud of you.
Look at that.
You
They
welcome,
is giving
baby.
kudos.
You welcome.
You know
You know,
what? Let's talk
shout
about
out-
child
shout out to
relationship.
you.
Because you know what? Let's talk about child relationship. Because I got a couple questions.
You got
First of
some
all,
questions.
yeah, because before the episode end, how did y'all two get together? That's what I want to know. Was it like a email here? Or
It was
IL text message.
Oh my God. It was
How did
grab
it
on
go?
the-
How did it go?
grab on the
How did this thing come together?
it was it happened organically, of course. You know?
Organically.
I'm sorry. How do you spell that? Oh my God.
Organic with a Lee. But yeah, we were best friends back in the day, and we used to hang out a lot. Till actually, like, the thing is, one day she wanted to watch some other guy, right? So she's like, "Yo, there's this movie I want to see. Do you got it?" I was like, "Yeah, I got it. Can I watch it with this other guy?" And I was like, "Nah, you ain't watching no movie with the other guy."
That is
And I was
not
like,
what you was like.
Yo, I got real feelings for her. So like, instead of giving her the movie to watch this other guy, I told the guy to get up out of there. Now I'm gonna watch the movie with her. You know what I'm saying? I kicked the door down and I threw him out the window. And I was like, "Hey,
Dad, this
hey,
man,
man."
that episode of Gina. Everybody got different stories, and then you went in and kicked the door down.
And we did.
everything, huh?
I kicked the door down, threw him out the window, and I put the movie in and turned on the TV. And she like fell in my arms. She was like, "Oh,
Now, what kind of movie was
That's
this?
so funny. But you know what? Though?
What
He
kind of
said
movie?
something that- No, he said something that was really important is that you guys are best friends first.
Yeah,
And that's really
That is-
iffy
that's a
territory
really-
right there. How did you both feel going into that? Because being best friends, having a great relationship, when did you know, like, you know what? Well, let's cross the line. Let's change our relationship.
I think that with us being best friends, you always don't want to compromise the friendship, but the feelings that I had was more than friendship. And it was to the point that it's not like I didn't want to be friends, it was like I have to act on this because it could be something really real. And it turned out to be something really real.
Oh wow!
Damn!
Okay.
Oh my God,
Okay.
this is when you
Okay,
get sad when you're single.
China.
No, he did.
No, don't speak that now.
I know we rebuked that now. Okay. I know for me, I had never felt like that before. I've had best friends. I've had males as best friends. But
Oh shit.
Tell them. They weren't like me though, right?
nobody's like you.
All right.
But,
Okay.
Hey,
All right.
all right.
I have to say, Tchositself is the first person I've ever been able to beat myself with. Like, really share like my hopes, my dreams, my fears. I mean, you never want to kind of tell people what you're scared of because you don't want to give them power. You know, like you don't want to let nobody know. But I could tell him anything, and he would be so encouraging. You got somebody who will pray with you, who got your back. I mean, that's beyond. And to have that in a significant other is a blessing. Real
In
talk.
2016 is also a blessing.
Tell
Man,
him.
out
All
here.
right.
He's my
Okay.
best friend. Like,
Oh.
and he know I have his back.
You got
Uh-huh.
my
You
back.
already
Grand.
know.
My
Like, he
back.
know I got his back.
All
Like,
the
You know,
time.
you
you
All
ain't
the
fit to come at him any kind of way because I'm that one.
All right,
Like,
so-
no, it's not happening.
So how do you keep the relationship intact? What is important to you guys that is like, if you break this, then this means that our relationship is rocky, basically. Like, this is our golden rule.
Communication.
Definitely communication.
Communication.
You have to talk about everything.
Everything.
Because everything you don't talk about is going to turn into a problem. It's a
Yeah.
possibility to turn into a problem. So it's better just to keep it real with each other, communicate, get through it, and also communicate to know each other better. You know, no matter how long you've known somebody, there's always something new to learn about them because people are always changing. You can't assume that you know that person. You got to keep that communication line to build that relationship together. There's always going to grow like
That's
that.
true. That's true. And it's a little, I would say there've been some difficult moments, you know, when you have to communicate with someone. But the fact that you have patience to deal with that person, like, I got to give props to him. I am not an easy person. Like,
What?
I don't think
I
any
need
doubt.
props. Don't do
You
it.
said it though. You said it.
No,
though.
but it's true.
I'm just disagreeing.
No, you said
No,
it.
but I gotta give
Where
him
my
props.
props
I am
at?
not.
Hey.
I'm a very difficult person to an extent,
Okay.
and he has so much patience with me, so much patience, and he'll be like, Patience
Okay.
is key.
But what
Let's
about
talk-
you loving a guy for just who he is? You know, because a lot of times, you know, sometimes
We don't love
we come
y'all
with
for
a
who
little
y'all
bit
are.
of problems, and we come with a little bit of, you know. So how about you just loving us?
We
just
can't do
for
that.
Ain't
us?
nobody was loving him for who he is.
I'm just saying
I
for the
love
most
him for
part.
who he is, but I also love him for who he's going to become too. I see the potential in
Okay,
him.
you better.
Yeah.
preach.
So I have to like encourage him and speak in his life and tell him I know the man he is. This is a great man right here. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Like,
Tell
he
him.
has a great heart and he has so much. Oh my gosh, I see it. So sometimes when you see that in somebody else, that's what I'm here for, is to encourage him and to push him.
Okay, so what about when differences occur? So what about when you want something in life and you want something in life that don't match, that don't coincide? How does that work out?
It's
They said
Somebody-
we don't know about that.
compromising.
We don't
It's
know about that
communication.
problem.
You gotta, cause it's compromise without losing or compromising a little bit of sacrifice. You gotta communicate. You gotta find some kind of middle ground that's gonna work for the both of you. Because there's some things you're gonna have to sacrifice, some things you're gonna compromise with, but there's some things you really gotta fight for what you want. And somewhere in between, and somewhere in any of those kind of situations, you're gonna have to find a common ground.
So are you learning intro pics?
I'm in a relationship. Are you picking
Are
up
you
some
learning?
tips?
Because you need to go apply what they got.
I
we
do
had
need to apply a little
we
bit,
had
okay.
to tell Beatrice the Jedi like 80 times to speak into
Your
the
name
mic.
changes
She was
all the time.
I just want wait.
Because she
Excuse
was
me, everyone.
staring into chaos itself.
I was, but the
kept looking
name
at him,
is
so she
did.
kept focusing on
Delish
my-
the Jedi.
But that's not what I
I done
said.
been called Bee Cheese and all this.
What I said?
We don't know your name.
What did I say? You said Bee Cheese?
Just call me
Daisy.
Boomy. Just call me
But
guys.
definitely
Cheese.
thank you
Shut up.
guys for dropping those gems for intro picks so he can make his notes and
Oh, for
topics
me?
and go
Really?
back and
Okay.
run and
Yeah,
apply
for
them to his relationship. I
Well,
don't need
no,
it
hold
yet
on. I gotta
because-
ask another question. Okay. Chaos itself.
Yes.
To our fellas out there that's listening, what is something that us as men, as fellas, black men specifically,
You black?
You know
Look,
what?
I can't even pronounce it. Okay, but y'all know what I'm trying to say. Us as black men, what can we do to treat our queens better? What is something that we can do?
You have to pay attention to it. Like not
Preach, Doc.
just pay attention to like you have to pay attention to everything. The stuff that the women say to you directly, the stuff that they say indirectly, the stuff they say on the slide. If you pay attention to your woman, you will learn how to treat that specific woman better. You can't blanket anything.
Preach,
Some
Doc.
women like flowers. Some women hate flowers. Some women like going out to eat. Some women like, yo, let's cook. You know what I mean? You have to pay attention to your woman and apply that directly to her. Study your woman, and you will find out everything.
I love that.
That's a player handbook. What's that one? Chapter 107. That's 107 right there. You
I
got
love
that nailed
that.
back.
Hey.
What about you? As far as
Tell them the ladies.
for men. Well, for ladies, what can ladies do to step it up? For men, for
Tell
fellas,
the men. Okay.
what can
would say-
ladies do? I need to know. What can y'all do?
What? Why you not like that?
For
You
us.
know what? You hear the shade in that? The shade. What can y'all do? We do a lot.
All the
Okay. We do a lot. But I will also say is pay attention too. You know, see, men are much more direct than women are. You know, so if he says this is what he wants, and he says it, then try to apply it. You know what I mean? Men are very more direct than we are. So when he says he wants something,
When he say he wants something, no, you get it right then and there. You know what I'm saying? That's how I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying? And that's for another podcast. That's for another podcast. Listen, thank you guys for coming out.
Thank you guys.
Thank you.
We appreciate y'all
Thank you.
so much.
Yes.
Make sure everybody comes down to the next Drinks and Conversation.
Absolutely.
event.
Drop your handle to Chaos
Yeah,
Itself, where people can find you on Facebook, Instagram, or Snapchat, or whatever. you're at.
Snapshoot, all of that business. It's Chaos Itself. It's spelled T. Chaos Itself. I mean, the T is sounding like the D in Django. Just so y'all really got it, but you gotta spell T. Then Chaos Itself. Snapchat, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, PlayStation, Xbox, all that.
PlayStation, Xbox, all that.
Yeah, and
All of that.
shout out to B-Lish the Jedi.
Thank
She's been
Right?
amazing and beautiful right here, right now. I just want to
Aw,
give her a shout out. Also, shout out to, the NBN Originals, the Good Guys Club, you know what I mean? Rising Simpu Productions, and everybody out there. Shout out to Amanda Wiles. She's, you know what I mean? She's truly outrageous all day, every day. son.
Missing in action.
Yeah,
She
yeah,
need to
yeah.
get on her job. What we paying her for? Where is Amanda Wiles when we
She
need
Missing
her?
in
she coming when
action.
she wants to, but she
Listen in action.
oh, truly outrageous, Amanda Wiles. Shout
And
out.
we just want to say on every handle that Tchositself drop,
Yeah.
follow all that shit.
Follow all of
I ain't
that.
playing with you, Peggy. Follow all that shit.
I let it
Well, thank you
That's
guys.
no point, yeah, okay.
I just got a real quick announcement first of all that just a couple of events that are coming up that I just want to quickly shout out. That we are having a vision board party that is coming up January 14th. And y'all can find that information on my Instagram. And also, I am being nominated for Cameraman of the Year.
Yeah.
For the IG Mystique Awards that's coming up in
Yes.
April. So make
Right.
sure y'all go and check my Facebook to where y'all can go and vote for me
Most
and whatnot. So definitely. And then also we got Drinks and Conversation that is coming up on February 11th.
February 11th.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. So make sure y'all
0211.
there. And
Bring a friend.
bring a friend.
Or
Bring-
two,
bring
or
a couple
three.
friends. Yeah.
Please do.
Yeah. Yeah. So
And come
definitely.
bring this
And
up.
we're all going to be in the building come
Yes,
that day.
you already
So you
know.
already know what it is. And listen, thank y'all for coming on the podcast. Y'all can come back anytime.
Thank y'all. Thank
Okay?
you.
guys.
Anytime.
Thank
And this has been
Anytime.
long overdue. I'm glad that we got a chance to talk to you
Absolutely.
guys. We got a chance to get some nuggets. We're going to try and
You
help
got some
Tosin
nuggets
find
that you
herself.
need.
her
You got the
soulmate.
nuggets that you need, okay?
We're going to get you your soulmate.
I'm going to find him right after you get married. So go ahead and get married so I can find him.
Don't put that
okay?
pressure on me. All right, don't put that pressure on me. All right, we gotta get to an episode 150.
Oh, Lord.
All right,
You
then I'll think about it. But we are out. This is Drinks and Conversation.
The podcast.
Yes, and thank y'all.
Thank you. This
Thank
was
you.
amazing.
It's awesome.
Yeah.
Dope, 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 dope.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Toast to that.